Okay, so there's not really a lot more we can do in here. We just kind of had to set off the exposition. You can kind of run around a little bit, skybox. It's kind of funny actually. They actually seem to have put like a lot of effort into parts of this game to making them very canon. And then there are other parts of this game where you just kind of stop and go, wait, what? That what? So anyway, so let's leave here. We left ourselves a note last night to get our knife back.
Craftmaster Dawn has let me know that your riding gear is repaired from the thread scores on it. You can pick it up whenever you like. And do something about your sore head. It's setting me on edge.
Thanks, Zen. I will.
Oh, it looks like there's a note here that someone left us, so let's pick that up. Decor, Nalaya's wake is now over, and we must look forward to the future of the Weir. As you may have heard, I have called a meeting to discuss what must be done. Nalaya will be sorely missed. The impact of her death on our home, Fort Weir, will be crippling if we do not find a replacement. The loss is felt especially by Nalaya's companion Marath, our gold dragon. She has laid a golden egg, and we must find a rider to lead us when that egg hatches at the impression ceremony. We are the largest Weir on Pern, therefore the urgency to find a new weirwoman and subsequently a figurehead for the Weir is of paramount importance. Could I leave the responsibility of gathering the other members of Alpha Wing to you? I would like the following to attend the meeting. Lita, Salon, Barak, Catan, Temen, Latol, Faben, Neth, and Vahol. Visit each of them and see if they will attend. Vahol was on watch last night, and I have allowed him to join us when he is ready. He will make his own way to the meeting. I'll see you there, Sabor. Wing Leader, Alpha Wing, Fort Weir. Alright, cool. So our wing leader wants us to go to a meeting. But first, we left ourselves a note, and for some reason... Oh, okay, I was going to say, for some reason, it's not loading properly. But okay, so what I'm going to do is, occasionally I'm going to save, because I trust this game about as far as I can throw it when it comes to being able to save things. So, return to the game. Last thing I want to do is have to start over completely. Let's go in here. This is our friend Catan.
Hello, lad. How's the head?
A bit sore. I don't think Zenth is too happy with me either.
Brenth, too. Nothing worse than a dragon with a sore head. I'll bet Natoth is fuming this morning after what Nath did last night.
And what did Neth do?
You don't know? Well, far be it from me to tell you and risk the fellow further embarrassment.
Very well. Zenth tells me I left my knife with you last night.
I took it from you after you decided to scribe your name in one of the gaming tables.
That Bendon wine was to blame. I hardly ever drink it.
Excuses, excuses.
I'd better show you how to use that knife in the way it's intended.
Yes, definitely. Teach me.
A good idea. I could use the practice.
Alright, got my belt knife.
Right, lad. Arm yourself. Go into your inventory and select the knife.
Okay, let's select that knife. That. And out.
Right. To use the combat stance that Jacob taught us when we were Weirlings, press the action button.
Goodness, which one's the action button? That one? Aha.
Good. You've kept your form, I see. Whilst holding the action button, you can circle around your enemy by pressing left or right. Give it a try.
Alright, let's hold that action button and circle. Aw, yeah.
Right. Now press forward once to do a light attack.
That was more
Easy,
of
lad.
a punch than
You
a
nearly
jab.
ripped my shirt. Now press and hold forward to do a heavy attack. Excellent. Bear in mind, though, that a heavy attack takes longer, and you'll be vulnerable for a moment. Watch your enemy and how they move to gauge when is a good time to strike. Now try defending. Press down to defend at any time.
Not the face.
You've remembered well. You can move and attack or defend too. Trying to get around the side of an enemy will give you an advantage. Also, the more you fight, the stronger you'll get. So now my blood's all fired up. Do you want to spar for a while?
Sure, why not?
Why not? Defend yourself.
That's the spirit. You'll soon forget about that sore head.
So you'll notice my tactic in this game is just to constantly circle, and as soon as someone attacks, just get a couple of my own in. Because that is the way to win all the fights.
That's enough for today. I'm worn out before I've begun.
Alright, sweet. Got our first strength increase.
You have just earned your first skill. There are many more to find on Pern, all of which will give you enhanced abilities. To obtain them all will be a difficult task, as you must find a person with that skill to teach you. Also, you cannot use a new weapon until you are taught how. Press the inventory button to see which skills you have obtained. They are shown on the left. When you find a new one, then that skill badge will appear in its own slot. Would you like me to repeat that?
Oh god, please no, don't repeat that.
No, but thank you.
Alright, so that is pretty much the last of what we can do in here. Whoop. Yeah, it's pretty much, this one is pretty much identical to my own. You'll notice there's kind of a lot of time-saving things that they did, and one of them is copying space. So, very similar. Oh, and Catan is running off. I assume he's going to the meeting which we're gathering everyone for. So, this is our meeting area. You notice the glows everywhere. There's occasionally candles, which is interesting. It's, so it's a closed weir. It's kind of weird because, like I mentioned before, sometimes you'll notice that they did things that really stick to canon, and then they'll be like, oh, and then here's some candles, or, you know, oh, and then here's some other thing that doesn't actually exist. So, let's go in here. Sorry, I apologize for my movement because I still kind of suck at this. So this is Vakai, and he's our weir leader.
Who are you?
Doesn't even know who we are.
I'm Decor.
Well, Decor, when at least you become more conversant, perhaps we will speak. Go now, I'm busy.
So apparently, he is a jerk. But interestingly, so if you go over here to knowledge, you'll notice conversant is our next level, and I believe that they do that a lot, that they kind of hint at things like, oh, you know, when you're pretty tough, you'll be able to do this, or something like that, and that's kind of our hint for how to get to that point, you know, where we need to get to. So let's close the inventory. Let's go over here.
Well, Decor, when at least you become more conversant, perhaps we will speak. Go now, I'm busy.
I'm the only person in the world who gets shift and space confused, I swear. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Let's leave here and keep going the way we were going. You'll notice this is basically like a library. So it's got stuff all over the place. Let's talk to this guy named Locken.
Crack dust! Where did I put that journal?
Have you lost something?
My journal.
Well, where did you leave it?
I forget. It's not that it's got any personal things in it, but it contains a list of all the skins here and what's on them. Oh, I can't file anything without it. If you find it, be sure to bring it back, would you?
I'll keep an eye out.
You look a little confused. Do you know your way around the weir? I only say as I have a map I could give you.
A map sounds good.
Because we've only lived here for years.
Oh, now where is it? Here. You can look at it by pressing the map button. Different maps will highlight different parts of that location. Some May even lead you to hidden areas.
Thanks. I'm sure this'll be useful.
I'm sure this will be useful.
And remember, if you see my journal...
I'll be sure to bring it back to you.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in this game is basically fetch quests, so let me see if I can... Which one is the map button? Oop, I'm totally hitting the wrong buttons again. Map. Maybe? No? And I think bits and pieces of this game may be a little bit bugged, so I think that might be trying to show us a map, but it can't. So, let's see. Oh, and I can look at some of the skins if I want. I can see, like, numbweed, thickthorn, citron fruit, mushrooms, herbs. You know, it's basically, there's all sorts of stuff in here. There's only one piece of useful information which we can use much later in the game. Can I even talk to her? That's another thing you'll notice about this game. It's super hard to get the fire lizard to, like, context switch properly. But let me try going back here.
And where do you think you're going?
What's behind that curtain?
The Weir Leader's private reading room, and only those of considerable reputation are allowed in there, I'm afraid.
Sounds like we need to up our reputation, but we did get a slight knowledge increase from that, so hey, it was not a complete loss. So let's head out here, and come on, we get stuck on walls a lot here too. But you'll notice, actually, you might have been able to see when we came out, we have gathered our first person. Bugger. Yeah, okay, so there's Catan, and he has arrived for the meeting, basically. So we need to gather everyone else, so let's head downstairs. Alright, middle levels. Okay, this is what I meant about it being really weird, because a good chunk of this area has glows in it, and then another good chunk of it has torches, which is weird. So, alright, let's look around. What's this first room? Haha, it's a person. It's Vahol.
Good morning, Dakor.
Vahal, I didn't see you at Nalaya's farewell last night.
I was on watch. As a consequence, I am exhausted beyond measure.
I take it you had heard about a ringleader calling a meeting.
Of course, and I look forward to it, but first I must rest.
And I don't suppose you've heard anything about Naeth either.
Bits of things passed to Piath from other dragons. I know that Azoth is not happy with Naeth. It is worrying when a dragon dislikes its rider.
I'm sure it's only temporary.
Perhaps. Now, please. The need to sleep is weighing me down.
Of course.
Actually, are you heading down to Fabensweir? If you are, as I am utterly spent, would you give this skin to him? He and I were talking at great length the other evening about some of the great ballads, and he requested some of them from me.
Sure, why not?
I'm sure I'll bump into him at some point.
Thanks, Dakor. My duty to you. If someone could wake me once the meeting starts, I will appreciate it.
Alright, so he's tired, but we got a message, so that means that we'll probably be able to earn some kind of points from that. I don't believe there's anything else in here. Nope. So, let's see. And I did notice, actually, this time around, that they seem to have changed the name of Neth Dragon from when Catan was talking to me to when Behol's talking to me. So we don't want to go downstairs yet, but there is... well, it's a little bit hard to aim, but here.
Oh, a Dragonrider. Thank the first egg.
What's the matter, Jillian? You seem distressed.
It's my boy, Jim. He's been gone all night and I'm worried out of my mind.
Where was he seen last?
He went to the Werebowl last night to play with Jax and the other children, but never came back.
Alright, well, sounds like we better go find him.
Well, I better go and see if I can find him.
Thank you. My husband, Mulan, is already out looking. If you see him, he may be able to help.
Alright. So there we have a quest, another quest rather. A lot of these are like fetch